Hello and welcome to the Sales Show. I'm Marie Kirkpatrick, your sales and business strategist. I'm a mum, a wife, and a multi-business owner myself. With over 15 years experience in sales and business, I have worked with startups all the way through to multi-million dollar companies. I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. I love helping service-based businesses make an income as well as an impact. Let's jump into talking about all things sales and business. Hello and welcome back to the Sales Show. I'm your host, Marie Kirkpatrick, and today I want to answer a question that I get asked a lot. And I also see this question get asked a lot in Facebook groups and business groups that I'm in where people are trying to boost and grow their business. The question that I get asked is, should I run paid ads to boost my sales? Now, depending on where you're at in business, right? This question is a bit like how long is a piece of string? For some people, ads are the perfect opportunity for you to grow your business. For other people, paid ads are a complete waste of money and a huge gamble. And so for me today, I want to give you a few tips and advice before you take that leap into paid ads and to really ensure that you're getting a really good ROI on your investment. So if you've ever wondered if investing in ads is a great solution for your business, for a business growth and sales perspective, let's look at a few things. First thing is, do you have a product or a service that is high converting? So that means that you've already sold it, you've already had clients go through it, you know that it works, you know that it is a viable product or service. If you can't answer that 100% with a hell yes, the answer to paid ads for me would be hold off just a little bit. Let's figure out some other steps that we can ensure that you take before you invest in some paid ads. If you feel like you have a really solid, high converting sales process and sales strategy behind your product or service, absolutely, paid ads can really increase that top of funnel lead injection. What I find is that people will run paid ads to things that they're not sure about. So they haven't nailed their messaging, they haven't nailed their product or service, and they're not 100% sure whether their product or service is viable. And so they throw money into Facebook and think, oh, I just need more leads. I just need more inquiries. I just need a bigger database. And the truth is that a bigger database doesn't necessarily mean bigger sales and bigger business growth. It can just mean that you have either paid a lot of money to get a lot of people onto your database, or it can mean that you've got a whole heap of leads in your database that aren't highly qualified and aren't either ready to buy or aren't your ideal clients. And we don't want either of those things to happen for you. So what I want you to think about is, do you have a sales process that is high converting that can convert the ads and inquiries that come through to your business? So if I said to you, here is 100 leads for your business, they're interested in what it is that you do, they have the problem that you solve and they're ready for a solution. Can you convert those people? And if you can your business hold and deliver those people beautifully? Because the last thing you want to do is end up with more leads and inquiries and not be able to service them and damage your reputation. That is a business killer. So I want to make sure that if I give you those leads, can you convert them? The other thing that I always think about and I say to people is, do you have holes in your sales bucket? Now, for me, sales and marketing, very different. Marketing is bringing those leads in, sales is converting it. I have many discussions time and time again, a lot of the time with marketing people about what comes first. A bit like the chicken or the egg, right? What comes first, sales or the marketing? For me, also, I'm the business chick, so I'm the sales chick. So, I may be a little bit biased, but I still believe, even if I wasn't the sales chick, I still believe that if you have a high converting sales process, then we focus on your marketing and pouring leads into that bucket. But if you focus on the marketing, e.g. the paid ads, then what will tend to happen is you will pour leads into a bucket that has holes in it and you will be leaking sales and inquiries everywhere. And that to me just shows money down the drain and a complete waste of time and energy. And then people will go back and say, Facebook ads didn't work for me, or that ad specifically didn't work for me, or that product or service doesn't work. But what I want you to do is just slowly change one thing and make sure it's all optimized to ensure that when you do turn on those ads and you do add leads and inquiries into your bucket that you are able to convert them into high quality paying clients. What I also see is that people say to me, well, I'm about to do a launch and I really want to build my database. So I'm just going to run some paid ads into a freebie or an opt-in or a lead magnet, whichever way. They're all the same, just depends on whichever way you want to word it. And yes, you can absolutely do that. And yes, it will build your funnel, right? Like it'll build your database, it'll get your clients coming in, or it'll get you leads coming in, not necessarily clients, right? And so when you think about putting ads, whether it's Facebook ads or Google ads or LinkedIn ads or any form of paid marketing behind a opt-in or a product or service, you want to make sure that it's optimized. So if you're putting it into a freebie, a lead magnet, an opt-in, make sure that you have steps in place to convert them. And I'm not just saying like a 3 or 5 email sequence. Yes, that is great. All that is the delivery. What is the actual concepts that you're using? What are the strategies that you're using? How are you taking people from where they are to where they want to be? Even if that lead magnet is the first step, great. If you know that we just need people to take more of that first step and then the sequence that we have after that works and people just need to get in front of us, then yes, absolutely, paid ads will be right for you. But if you haven't got that proven strategy and that high converting sales process yet, I highly recommend that you hold off on the Facebook ads. I don't think Zuckerberg needs any more of our money. And I want to make sure that you are getting that ROI, as I said before. Another question I get is, are paid ads just another form of spam that annoys potential customers? I don't know about you. I've gone to look on someone's website or even, they say that our phones aren't listening to us, but I beg to differ. You're having a conversation with a friend and then next minute a Facebook ad comes up about that thing that you were talking about, right? And you're like, oh, that's really weird. And now I think a lot of us have just gotten used to it to say, yeah, we know our phones are listening and so it is what it is. So if you are going to run ads to people that have visited your website or have clicked on something on your Facebook page or anything in your emails or anything like that, there's ways to sell and to market to people that aren't annoying, that you're not just following them all around the internet, that we're actually adding value and showing the reasons why people would work with us. And this is where it comes into nailing your messaging, your unique selling points, and having that positioning strategy available and really clear so that when people do see your business and your company, it's like, wow, this is exactly what I need and it's shown up at the right time. And so look at ways that you can really add value and show why you are the best in your industry, why people would work with you, why people would buy from you. So yes, it can depend. It can be spammy. Facebook ads can absolutely be spammy. And yes, it can create the opposite effect of what we're looking for. I know I've experienced even recently some bro marketing type stuff where it's so hustly and so if you don't do this, your business will never succeed and all this sort of rubbish. And I just think, oh God, what a waste of time and energy. And if anything, it then gets me thinking and starting conversations with other people saying, you don't want to work with that company. Like if this is what their marketing is like and you're wanting to go to them for marketing or sales advice, do you want to sell like that to your customers? How do you feel when you see their ads? Do you feel like, yeah, this is a company that feels reputable? This is a company that puts their customers first. This is a company that is really looking to make changes in their industry. And if the answer is no, then maybe be aware of where you're going to for that business advice and where you're going to get help within your business. So yes, there's plenty of ways that you can do it so that your ads are not spammy. Just find ways and content that is connected, relationship focused, and adds value to your potential clients. Another question I get asked is, do paid ads lead to click fraud or inflated metrics, making their effectiveness questionable? Look, this is an interesting one. I think that you absolutely need to track your metrics and the data that comes through from your ads and your paid marketing. However, I think that it doesn't always show the quality of leads that you're getting based just on the data. One of my beautiful clients was running ads and she was saying to me, I'm getting heaps of leads through. And I think she was dropping like maybe $2,000 a month on ads. And I said to her, so you're getting leads coming in, but are they qualified leads? Are they people that are ready to buy? Are they people that are interested in taking that next step forward? There's a difference between people that are interested and people that are interested and ready to take a step forward. And so I think we can target our marketing depending on where people are at in the buying cycle. Are they just in that curious stage? And if so, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? What do they need to understand? Or are they ready to take that step and go, yes, okay, what's that next step look like for me and who is the best person to work with? So just make sure that when you do look at your tracking and your metrics, you also want to understand the conversion of those leads into paying clients, how long it takes for people to convert into paying clients, and then what is the lifespan of that client? So maybe if it's costing us $5 to obtain that lead and they turn into a $1,000 client, great. Is it a once-off sale? Are there ways that we can keep nurturing them and looking after them and increasing their value spend and their lifetime within our business? So I guess if we look at the overall question, can businesses achieve sustainable growth by investing in paid advertising? Absolutely. If you have the other digital assets and the sales assets ready to go in your business, make sure they're high converting, make sure that there is a clear customer journey path that people go through. Paid ads aren't always there to sell. Sometimes they're there just from a marketing perspective to bring in those leads, and then it gives you the opportunity to sell to those potential clients. So that can be running Facebook ads to things like discovery calls or to free opt-ins and things like that. But we want to make sure that we've got a clear path that they're going to move through within our business so that we're not wasting that time and that money. The other thing, I just want to throw in a couple of case studies. So one of my other clients was spending, nearly $5,000 on ads. And what they were doing was they had specific tiles that they would advertise or that they would pop up on their Facebook ads. Now, sometimes they expected the client to have seen tile 1 and 2 before they see tile 3. Now, with Facebook and algorithms constantly changing, we can't always judge that. So we want to make sure that every single form of marketing that we're using, if we're putting money behind it, is a standalone sales marketing asset on its own. You don't need to know the backstory before you see that ad for people to understand it. And you want to make sure that your messaging in your ads is really on the ground, connecting with your ideal client, or what I call your Sally. You want to make sure that the language is accurate. You want to make sure that the value that you're adding, what you're offering, is actually worthwhile to the client. Don't just chuck something up there for the sake of it and hope that it works, which is what I see a lot of businesses do. You want to make sure that it's actually on the ground, talking to your Sally exactly where they are at the moment. So that is all from me. Make sure that if you are doing your Facebook ads, that you have ticked off those things. You've got your high converting sales process. Your messaging is on point. Your ideal client, you're super clear on what it is that they need, what it is that they want, where they're at in their buying journey. And then if you've got all that nailed, absolutely turn on that marketing tap, throw some money behind it, and make sure that you're tracking those metrics and data to understand what you need to change, optimize, or tweak. That is all from me today. I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Sales Show. Please share it on social media for your friends to see, and make sure you tag me at Marie Kirkpatrick so I can personally say thank you. If you would like to show me some love, leave me a review on Apple Podcast. I'd love to hear from you. Email me at podcast@mariekirkpatrick.com. And if you would like to work with me further or see any of the free resources mentioned on today's show, they can be found at mariekirkpatrick.com. I truly hope this podcast provides useful information and so much value to you so that you can build a business with impact and income.